fantastic day today, 15th of January 2021. I feel that it is a new beginning for certainly the incubator of IIT Kanpur, the Kolhapur city, and perhaps the country. You know, a technology business incubator in an IIT, of course, it does. It exists to promote innovation and entrepreneurship, but typically we remain concentrated within our own students and alumni and faculty members and people from nearby areas. But the philosophy of the business incubator of IIT Kanpur has been that we want to reach out to as many people as possible in all the tiers of the society. So it will be perhaps a pleasure for all of my guests to hear that we are working with the tribals of Chhattisgarh. We are trying to infuse technology in their products and processes. We are working with the ITI colleges in UP and also with Khadi and Gramodyog, and with several engineering colleges of UP to teach them how to take ITI into product. And that is just the baby steps that we are taking, but the ultimate culmination that we would like to happen is where we can engage young innovative minds from all over the country, solving their local problems and making a real impact. That's when it will be the success of an engineering college and the technology business incubator. And I am so happy that Kolhapur Incubation Center decided to join hands with IIT Kanpur, and together we are starting this Kolhapur Startup Mission. It is a fantastic beginning, and before we started streaming live, I was appreciating Dr. Kadambari that this is exactly how it should be, that we should we should open up the doors for our young innovators to solve their local problems with some handholding. And that's what we are getting to do here. And we feel fortunate to be part of this. And I am particularly honored that we are doing this. We are inaugurating this whole event with the presence of some of the most notable citizens of the country, Honorable Minister of IT and Home of Maharashtra, Sri Satyaj Patil ji. Thank you, sir, for being part of this program. My very senior colleague, Mark Darshak, friend of IIT Kanpur and our incubator, Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Ramesh Mashelkar ji. Thank you, sir, for taking time out to be here for this event. The Honorable Commissioner of Kolhapur, Dr. Kadambari, thank you, ma'am, for taking time out. And Honorable MLA, Mr. Rituraj Patil, I thank all of you for taking part in this event and to grace this occasion to inaugurate the Kolhapur Startup Mission, a joint venture of Kolhapur Incubation Center and the Technology Business Incubator of IIT Kanpur. I request now Sri Satyaj Patil ji to please say a few words of encouragement to all those, this is streaming live. In fact, I should tell you that students from my institute, those who are from Kolhapur region, they contacted me personally and said, sir, please share the link. This is such a fantastic thing happening. We are eager to hear this. So, sir, please, your words of encouragement for them.
Good evening, everybody, and I'm thankful, Amitabh ji, for your kind gesture of collaborating with Kolhapur city, and I'm also grateful to Mashelkarji for coming online on this function, because he has been very kind and a family member to all of us, and he has his relation with Kolhapur goes back long time back. So I am very much thankful that he has removed time and come to bless this function, I would say, and guide this function in future. Our new commissioner, Balkode madam, young MLA Ruturaj Patil, Rahul Patel ji, and all the people who are watching this session live. Once again, I wish everybody good evening. It's a Kolhapur startup mission which we are promoting in Kolhapur. We already have an organization named Kolhapur Incubation Center, which would like to give a push to startups in Kolhapur. So it's already going. But we thought that nationally, Mashelkar Saab, we thought that if we could put up Kolhapur problems and if we get some startups working for it, I think that would be a great initiative. And across the globe, we have many people who are from Kolhapur and who have their roots in Kolhapur who would like to do something for Kolhapur. So I thought if we could do something in this regard, it would be a great help to the civic communities in Kolhapur city as well as the district. And I'm very thankful for IIT Kanpur to take this initiative, have an tie-up done with this mission, and I think your backing will certainly enhance this mission which we want to take up ahead in the near future, because the backbone of this mission will be IIT Kanpur, and we are glad to have them on the board, and we certainly look forward for your guidance. Also, Mashelkar sir is there. He has been always guiding us in all respective matters. So in this regard also, sir, as Kolhapur, we would like your blessings, your guidance in this regard, and we want to go ahead and take this mission in a very robust way to resolve the issues, solve the problems through a national engagement. This will certainly create a national engagement to all the startups who can give inputs regarding this. And as recently we have seen, a lot of new startups have come up with fantastic ideas which certainly can be taken forward as a government. Being an IT minister also, Mashelkar sir, we are coming up with an IT park in Kolhapur. Honorable Commissioner ji is leading that issue. And we are coming up with an IT park in Kolhapur and try to attract IT industry to Kolhapur. Because as we know, in Western Maharashtra after Pune, we have a lot of workforce in Kolhapur also in IT sector, which works across the country and across the globe. And we would attract them for reverse migration, I think, to Kolhapur if we can attract them. So we are working towards it. Basic facilities, amenities in Kolhapur, we are developing it in a different way. So our national presence can be increased in all this sector. So this Kolhapur startup mission will give a boost to whatever we have planned for the development on taking this city ahead. So I once again thank you, Amitabh ji, for giving your backbone, being a backbone for this mission. Mashelkar ji will be also guiding us throughout all this mission. And I welcome all the startup community who would like to be interested in developing Kolhapur, giving their ideas. And I would like to assure, as a guardian minister of Kolhapur, myself, Balkode Madam ji is there, MLA Ruturaj is there. We all would like to assure that whatever ideas are floated and whatever initiatives taken, we will take them to the logical end. Like seed funding and everything will be done, and we will see to that those ideas are implemented and we go to the logical end. That is my assurance, and we look forward for everybody to participate in this Kolhapur startup mission. Once again, I thank you all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. That is certainly encouraging. I would now request Dr. Mashelkar to share his vision on how technological institution, the incubation center, a municipality and the state government can collaborate to transform the lives of citizens of Kolhapur. Your vision and guidance will be immensely beneficial, sir. Please.
Thank you very much. Indeed, I just got a call from Satish Patil Sahib, I think around 72 hours ago, about this function. And he will say, remember that I said yes without even thinking, because Kolhapur is close to my heart, and I've known Satish as a dynamic young leader with enormous promise for the future for a long time. In fact, I was just recalling with him my last visit to Kolhapur when I had received an award, and how Prithviraj Chavan and he and I had traveled back and forth talking about so many things about Kolhapur as well as India in the future. So thank you for having me to start with. I will start with that. The second point I'd like to make is that Startup India, thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister, the push has started, but it is incredible the way it is accelerating. I mean, the type of thing that young people are able to think about and do, it is incredible. In this pandemic itself, I have seen the way these young startups have come and done things. Great organizations like CSR, who are backed up with funds and with laboratory facility doing it, is one thing. All right. Industrial enterprise is doing it is another thing. But the startups actually coming forward and doing it is absolutely incredible, and the kind of idea that they have, for one. Number two, I always like to say idea is not a prerogative of any region. A boy in Kolhapur, a boy in Pune, a boy in Mumbai, or a boy in London, or a boy in Washington, they actually can compete for ideas, and the power of ideas is everywhere. The challenge is moving from idea to impact. How do you do that? How do you do that translation? How do you move from mind to marketplace? All right. And therefore, I'm delighted that Kolhapur is creating that ecosystem of taking ideas to marketplace. That's the second point I'd like to make. Third point, Satishji, as you know, there is a Maharashtra State Innovation Council. And the Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and myself, we co-chair it. Okay. And this Maharashtra State Innovation Council has probably the most progressive policies in the country. We remember we created the startup policy for Maharashtra about a couple of years ago. And while doing that, we looked at some fundamentals. What is the challenge with startups? They've got ideas. But if they want to apply for a, let's say, government tender, they have zero chance. The chance is because it is almost like Sachin Tendulkar at the age of 15, when he was hitting the first century in Ranji Trophy. Before admitting him to the test, they will say, but where is your 10-year experience? You understand? So therefore, in Maharashtra, we changed the tendering process itself for the startups. If you see the formation that we have done. Secondly, we have to push the public sector companies so that they can avail. So it has been made mandatory that at least 10% of their public procurement should be from startups. That is second. Third, we have tried to make the path easy for them. 80% of the expenses on patent filing, for example, are taken care of by the state. And most importantly, we have this startup week where we select the startups of great promise, and they actually get a work order, without having to go through the normal process. Just to give you an example, year before, there was a startup which had created drones, okay? And those drones were ones which could float on water and travel on water. So what we did was that our PCMC, Pune Chinchwad Municipal Corporation, actually, they had a challenge. As you know, after Ganesh Chaturthi, what happens to the rivers? All right. The entire cleaning contract was given to them without going through a competitive bid process. And they did such a fantastic job that now they have got orders from several cities. So the model of partnership that you are talking about, and I'm talking about a problem, a civil problem, and I'm very happy that you are trying to get these startups think about water management, waste management, public health, e-governance, agriculture, mobility, and the real life problems. I think that's wonderful, because I always say that the startups must have three things: innovation up here, passion in the belly, but compassion in the heart. And that compassion in the heart is for the sort of society at large. So I must congratulate you for actually designing the entire program in such a way that they get engaged on solving these sort of problems. I've seen the word, the kind of combinations and the power of this that comes up. Satyaji, in my mother's name, I have created what is called as the Anjani Mashelkar Inclusive Innovation Award. Okay. And this is the 10th year of the award. There is a decade of award. Illustrate 2-3 things on how startups think and work. Okay. This is award went to one young fellow who was bothered about the fact that his sister had to travel just 10 kilometers for having a 10-minute prenatal test, 10 kilometers by bus, changing buses. So he said, why can't I do it? So he created wearables with sensors, so data can be picked up, stored in cloud, and can go. So from wherever it is. And it is there in 100 villages now, basically, So pregnant women's health is monitored, and the impact is there to see. I said idea to impact. Look at the impact. In one of the villages, he was honored, as a matter of fact. You know why? Because the highest weight of baby ever that village had was born because the health was monitored. This is social engagement, innovation, compassion, and passion. Another one you have seen in COVID times. One of the awards that went in COVID times. I'm giving this example just to say how it can be moved. We were short of ICUs, right? So there is someone created what is called as a DOSI, which is the Internet of Things sensor-based system, which can be put under the bed, and 7 of your vital parameters can be measured. So it is almost like converting a bed into a stand-up ICU with 98.4% accuracy, by the way. Yeah. Cost just 5% to 10%. All right, and equally accurate, and you can see the benefit of that. So these are real life problems. And the last example I will give you is this. Supposing there is somebody in a village and an old woman has a pain in the heart and she has to be taken for ECG. What would you do? You would put her in a jeep or a scooter or a motorcycle or bullock cart, depending upon what your economic status is, and then take her to 5-10 kilometers. But supposing there was a portable ECG which could be quickly used there, from which the signal went, or at the ECG went, how marvelous it would be. So one of the awards is one who has created this portable ECG that you see in front of us. This is the Sanket. Okay. What does it do? This is your heart. Okay. There are 2 sensors here. You put your thumbs here for 15 seconds. Then there is a sensor here. This is your heart. Okay. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Within 3 minutes, if you have downloaded an app called Sanket, it goes to you, the ECG. That means that woman could be in the distant village, but that ECG will go to the best, let us say, heart expert in Pune or wherever it is. Can you see how transformative it is? And cost of doing it is just 5 rupees per ECG, not 500 rupees. I'm just giving you 3 examples because they fit in exactly what you're trying to do. Innovation, all right, by using high technology. Compassion, because you're looking at a societal problem, and doing it with passion. And the government support of the kind that we are actually talking about. So I think the Kolhapur startup movement is a great movement. The KIC that you have talked about is bound to be successful. And I'm very happy to see your partnership with IIT Kanpur. I think they're just rightly placed. And as he said, Amitabh said, they go to Chhattisgarh, they go to Khadi village and all sorts of this thing. So they are actually sort of connecting. So I think this is a great Sangam, if one might use this word. I wish I could have come to Kolhapur because I like to go to Mahalakshmi temple. Each time I try to come there. This time I'll be missing her, but I take her blessings from a distance. And once again, Satyajji, I thank you for making me a part of this wonderful inauguration.
Thank you so much, sir. That was indeed inspiring. And I should inform all of you that 330 people are logged in and they're listening to you, all of you. So surely good things are going to happen. So, and the person who will be on the ground catalyzing this good things to happen is certainly Dr. Kadambari, the Honorable Municipal Commissioner of Kolhapur. Dr. Kadambari, before you start, I should tell you that one of our teams was developing a ventilator. Again, Dr. Mashelkar played a critical role there in Pune. And just like you, there is a young commissioner, Dr. Rubal Agarwal. She facilitated enormously this whole process. So yes, we are looking up to you. So please, madam, your words of inspiration and how you are viewing this whole engagement.
Honorable Minister of State, Home, IT and the Guardian Minister of the district, Shri Satesh Patil sir, Honorable Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar sir, Shri Rituraj Patil sir, Professor Amitabh Bandyopadhyay sir, and all the esteemed guests. So at the outset, I would like to extend my gratitude because this is a much needed intervention for the city. And in fact, sir, this is the first of its intervention in the entire state of Maharashtra. So we at KMC, we deal with daily challenges with respect to providing all the basic civic facilities, be it sanitation, health, transport. On one hand, we have the ever increasing expectations of the public from us. And at the other hand, we have this continuous transformation in the technological field that happens. And but because of some administrative limitations that we have, we are not able to partner up with the startups or with the innovators in many projects that we would like to collaborate with them. So through this Kolhapur startup mission, this will not even give a platform for creativity, for brainstorming, for innovation, but it will definitely provide a low-cost, cutting-edge technology to the various problems that the city is currently facing. So without saying much, sir, I would just extend my wishes to the entire team members, and I definitely look forward to the technological-driven innovations that can be incorporated in the corporation, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. That was indeed encouraging. I will now request Honorable MLA of Kolhapur, Mr. Rituraj Patil. Most of those who will be making the change will be, almost your age group, your peers. So your, guidance and directions to them, sir. Please.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to have Honorable Dr. Mashelkar, sir, Honorable our Guardian Minister, Satesh Patil, sir, Commissioner Dr. Valkode, madam, and Dr. Bandyopadhyay, sir, on this inaugural function of Kolhapur Startup Mission. Sir, as we all know that Kolhapur is land of innovation. We have rich heritage of innovation in all fields. Kolhapur foundry industry is well known in the world by supplying spares or for the branded vehicles through the renowned companies. Sir, considering the current scenario, I feel this is the right time to innovate. As we are the youngest nation in the world, I believe that employed youth is the key of growth for any nation. We are trying for employment of youth through our campaign. So we last year started Mission Rozgar. That's a campaign we started last year. Due to automation in a big companies, new age startups can probably generate more employment rather than the traditional way, the jobs what they do. Therefore, this initiative is much important for the Kolhapur city and ignite the spark of innovation and entrepreneurship in youngsters of Kolhapur. Sir, COVID crisis has actually created new normal in the area of education and employment. It has increased acceptance of digital education multifold, as well as we say that concept of work from anywhere or work from home. These two things are fundamentally going to change how we will function in these next decades or two. To cope up with this new age challenges and achieve growth, collaboration between policymakers, so-called as government, industries, and academia is must, what I personally feel. I am happy that Kolhapur Startup Mission is the right platform for the same. I take this opportunity to welcome all the innovators to Kolhapur and also understand, explore, and work for Kolhapur. I, being a young MLA, I will assure that in coming future, I will extend my strong support to this activity, and together, let's set up this model activity as also civic bodies in the nation. I'm happy that renowned institute like IIT Kanpur has come forward for the supporting this startup move in Kolhapur. I would like to say that DY Patil Group will also provide all necessary help to take forward this initiative for the betterment of Kolhapur. I hope that I wish all the very best to all the innovators who are participating in this initiative. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Patil. That was very, very appropriate. So, because we are, I would now request the Honorable Minister, Sri Satesh Patilji, to formally inaugurate the KSM program, and then I will announce to all of them what are what is the plan of the program. So just it is a formality, sir. If you would please announce the program open. Okay, I think the Honorable Minister is having difficulty with his internet connection. We will get back to that. While the audience that is assembled here, I should inform that from today, on this podium, I am calling for applications. Till 24th of January, we will be collecting applications. Therefore, please spread the word. The more applications we get, the better. The areas are mentioned in the websites of both KSM and IIT Kanpur. Just a quick list: water management, waste management, education, public health, e-governance, citizen government, contact, agriculture and farming, mobility and transportation, air quality management. Every aspect of civic life is pretty much included. So my expectation is that when the applicant is from Kolhapur or nearby areas where they have actually faced the problems, they know which are the problems to be solved. And that's when the good solutions come from, as Dr. Mashelkar knows it very well. In the startup journey, 90% is just identification of the problem. If you have identified the right problem, then solutions can be achieved, through help, collaboration, etc. So that will be the first step. Therefore, please ensure that we receive a lot of applications so that only the best can be selected and they are given the opportunity. The entries selected, they will be given an opportunity, they will be given a funding of up to 1 lakh rupees to develop and implement their idea in Kolhapur. The applicant can be from any part of the country, but the implementation has to be in Kolhapur. And on behalf of IIT Kanpur, I can assure that if any innovation worth the merit, then IIT Kanpur will provide all the technological mentorship, infrastructure, and all that comes with it to the deserving applicants or deserving selected candidates. Not only that, IIT Kanpur will mobilize its own resources to ensure that the work does not stop for want of fund. That will be the solemn commitment from IIT Kanpur I am making on behalf of my institute. And then, between 24th and 26th June, we will go through a rigorous process of selecting the applications, and on 26th June it will be announced. And the presentation to the shortlisted startups will happen from 28th to 29th January, and then 31st January will be the demo day and announcement of the awardees, and after that the work will start. Now we see that Mr. Patil, Honorable Minister, has joined. I think he is traveling. I'm sorry to bother you, sir. I just thought of requesting you to formally declare the KSM program open so that we can start the whole process.
Yeah, thank you on behalf of Kolhapur, Mashelkar sir, Amit ji, and for opening this startup mission. I'm sorry I missed out 5 minutes because Mashelkar sir, our Home Ministry has called all retired DGs at 7:30 sharp for dinner. So I wanted to be there on time, so I was traveling in the lift and coming down and sitting in the car. So I missed out for 5 minutes.
No problem.
So I'm thankful to all of you to be part of this initiative, and we certainly look forward for great ideas which will come and certainly take Kolhapur ahead. As I earlier said, Mashelkar sir has been very kind towards Kolhapur, and we have always had his guidance. Sir, we will need your support in this regard in future also. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Satej Patil ji. I hope that while you were traveling in your car, your net connection will remain intact. Now we have received some questions in the Facebook Live, and I am now pummeling it back to the panel. And as usual, the first question will go to Dr. Mashelkar. And it's a very appropriate question that, most of the time when we think innovation and entrepreneurship, it is typically the engineering students and sometimes the management students who are, in the counted few. How can we possibly bring students from other disciplines, arts, commerce, them into the fold of innovation and entrepreneurship?
Yes, very good question. I think I'll answer this question in some detail because only a small fraction of the community is engineers. The rest are in different disciplines. As I said, idea is not the prerogative of any geography, of any discipline. It can come from all disciplines. That's the first point. Secondly, when we look at engineering, it is only technological innovation that we talk about. But technological innovation is just one type of innovation. There is what is called as a business model innovation, system delivery innovation, workflow innovation, organizational innovation. All right? And these come in different ways and they have far more profound influence. For example, Uber. What is Uber? It's a business model innovation. All right. What is Airbnb? It's a business model innovation. All right. Now, there are workflow innovations. Like, for example, when somebody like Devi Shetty does the heart surgery, he does it at 10% of the cost of a New York surgeon. But how does he do it? By workflow innovation, by distributing the work. So innovation is all about doing things differently. All right. And in what sector you will do it differently? By organizing the work, by the sort of organizing systems, organizing processes, etc., is all up to you. That's the first. The issue is we have to have an innovative mind, because innovation is about doing things differently, because we are so used to doing things in a particular way that we don't want to change our ways. All right. How do we sort of change these? That is the most important part. That's the first. Secondly is, idea is not anybody's prerogative. As I said, my dictum is everyone is someone. Everyone can think. Okay. And as Professor Anil Gupta says, minds on the margin are not marginal minds. So each one can create sort of an idea. I have been the chairman of National Innovation Foundation for 18 years.
Yeah.
And what we have found is that the farmers, the artisans, the school dropouts, the housewives, they create great ideas. Young people, they create great ideas, for example. They're not engineering students. I'll just give an idea. One of the awards, and these awards were always given, by the way, we used to get every year, every other year, of course, more than 100,000 ideas or projects or innovations. And we used to select around 30. And the President of India used to give away the award, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam or Pranab Mukherjee and so on. One of the awards went to a 13-year-old girl. Okay, she was from Bihar, Shalini. What did she see? Her grandfather, when he was going up, basically, he had a problem with his legs, and the system that he was using had a challenge in climbing up the step. All right, the walker. So she actually conceived of a new idea of a spring-loaded, front-loaded sort of this thing that can adjust and basically move. All right. She was not an engineer, but she had that idea. What we did from National Innovation Foundation is to get sort of certain engineering design. Got it. Now, those walkers, 10,000 of them are being produced every year, by the way. And she gets a royalty for every walker. And her income of that 13-year-old, now she's 17, is more than her father's, by the way. What is the point I'm trying to make? Each one of you, when you see a problem, as you know, we heard from Satyaji, we want to solve the problem before. So as we go along, whether you are seeing municipal waste, you are seeing these, that, and the other, etc., you have to think how you can solve the problem. Be a part of a solution, not part of a problem. All right? And the more disruptive the idea, game-changing, better it is, so as to say. So each one of you can make a difference. Each one of you can have an idea. And the idea of an incubator is precisely that. It incubates it and converts an idea into a product. All right? And that is the kind of support you are going to give. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. That is you know, I completely agree with you. That's how it has to be done. The next question is both from for the Honorable Minister as well as Dr. Kadambari. And here, you know, my personal experience as someone associated with the innovation entrepreneurship ecosystem for last 8 years also plays a role. That, you know, end of the day, India is still a largely socialistic country. And, you know, many aspects of civic life is with the government. Okay. And therefore, many innovations, eventually government is directly or indirectly the customer. And as you heard in the beginning, as Dr. Mashelkar mentioned, that everything said and done, even today, selling to the government is not a very easy path for young entrepreneurs. So, sir, madam, the question is to both of you. Can we, you know, as you both said that this is the first time such an engagement is happening for us with a city administration and an incubation center. Can we take the next leap? If yes, how can we take the next leap so that young entrepreneurs get an opportunity to really work with the government machineries? So first to you, sir.
I think we can certainly work out with this. What Mashelkar ji said, that already in the tender process, startups have been given priority, and what he said is exactly right. When any product comes, the first question is how much old it is and how experienced it is. But in Maharashtra, Amitabh ji, in the district planning committee, we have come out with innovative ideas, and we keep around 5% funds for these innovative ideas. So my district yearly plan is around 330 crore rupees. And out of this, 5% I am allowed to spend on innovative ideas in the whole of the district. So basically, when I started this mission, my plan was that I would I would be able to give them platform. That was my initial stage, that I knew that if anybody comes up with it, it is in my purview that I can adopt that startup, or I can pursue that startup, and that idea can be taken forward. Commissioner is also very keen and very proactive in this, so we all can work out towards it. Anything else, madam, if you want to put in this regard, you can say.
Right. Right, sir. Like it was discussed, sometimes the young innovators, we are not able to work with them because certain policy decisions or certain guidelines which are issued by the government while we are following the tender process. And many a times what happens, individual innovators or startups come to us, make a presentation to us that this is a product, and it is more based on individual officer and then the entrepreneur, whosoever it may be, and the interaction between the two individuals. Like sir have said, definitely we have 5% innovative head wherein we can encourage these entrepreneurs and the startups to participate in it. But I think a bigger policy decision, if that can be taken up at the government level, wherein certain relaxations can be made, say it's certification or experience, then it will be much more helpful for us to go ahead with such, startups and innovators. Thank you.
Amitabh, let me add on to what the minister has said and the commissioner has said. See, this is precisely why you should go back and read the Master State Innovation Society's startup policy. This is all provided for them. Okay?
Yes.
The challenge is, before an IS officer or a civil servant puts his signature, he has to be very careful, because he should not be accused of being subjective and being objective. And for that, it requires a framework. All right? He has to be protected. She has to be protected. So there's a particular framework that we have given, that it has to pass that framework. That framework, as you will see in the policy, is called assured framework. What is assured? Affordable, scalable, sustainable, user-friendly, rapid, excellent in terms of technology, and distinctive. And each of these is either semi-quantitative or competitive. You can put numbers, like affordable.
Yes.
Affordable for what section of the society? You get my point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Distinctive. For example, distinctive. What does distinctive mean? It's not copied from somebody. There is an intellectual property. There are patents that are filed. We are trying to promote patents, you know.
Yes.
That is why we are promoting 80% of this.
Yeah.
Anything that is patentable, we will sort of worry about it. All right. User friendly. You can create something, but if the user doesn't want it, you will not have it. Sustainable. Sustainability from following angle. The first is business. It has to be standalone. You cannot create a product and say, I want subsidy on this. Government says subsidy. All right. So it has to be standalone. The second is environmental. Anything that is not green will not sell. I mean, finally.
Yes.
So it has to be that. Then societal aspects, certain things that are not acceptable to the society. All right.
Yeah.
So what happens is that in each of these, there are parameters that are involved. So if you read the Maharashtra State Innovation Society policy carefully, you will see all that has been provided for. Because we are protecting the people who take those decisions, because this has passed through the rigorous screen. And this is being used widely, by the way. I introduced that for the first time when our Prime Minister created the Swachh Bharat mission. There was this committee under my chairmanship that was created to select technologies, you know, from anywhere around the world, which can be given to the state, because we couldn't, unless it had passed through certain screen. So that assured screen was, it got started using 5 years ago when, this entire mission was launched. And each of the technology that was recommended through that standing committee, which I chaired, actually passed through the assured framework. And this assured framework is being used everywhere now. By the way, the Bombay Management Association, they have even created a BMA assured entrepreneurship. And the first award went to Byju's. As you have seen, Byju, what difference it has made, even the market cap has gone. So the answer to your question is that this is all provided for, it has to be implemented. That's the basic issue. That's all that I'm saying.
Very good. Thank you. Just to sensitize the whole community that Dr. Mashelkar is the guru, so that I do not need to convey it to him. But for everyone else, I'll share one personal anecdote. So we have a company that can make this flotation devices on water. You can use it as a jetty for docking a ship or a submarine, or like seaplanes, or variety of usage. Now, when there is a government tender that demands a brick and mortar, like jetty, so when this company applies, they say that you are not fulfilling the criteria because yours is not a brick and mortar jetty. And the problem is that that's what, like in many cases, innovative products will be, that they will not be the ordinary. They will solve the same problem, but in a very different manner. So, hopefully all of us will learn along the way. But, I will now go to Mr. Ruturaj Patil. Sir, you are a young, popular leader, and I will have to depend a whole lot on you and your, sphere of influence to spread the good word, to encourage many students and awake citizens of your area and outside to get into this platform. So any thoughts how you plan to do that? If you require any, of course, you are intricately involved with Kolhapur Innovation Center anyway, but from IIT Kanpur, etc., like how would you really go about it? Because we will depend a whole lot on you.
Sir, I would like to say, if you see, I believe that generally all innovators need two main things: access to capital and access to market. I take this opportunity to tell that I would like to give my best to provide both of these to all the innovators around. And I believe my social connect as a MLA and academic background of DY Patil Group, where we look after, will also help me to provide all the facilities to youngsters. Actually, I've already committed myself for the same via Mission Rozgar agenda, which I mentioned while starting my speech. And that agenda I've already started on working. That's all I would like to say, sir.
Thank you. That is very encouraging.
I would say very nice. This is this is very important, because the kind of support these young people need in the initial phases, it's not just money. It is about testing, trying, it is about using equipment, and so on and so forth. Educational institutions, engineering institutions have them. So making that available is extremely important. And of course, DY Patil institutions, I think Ruturaj, you may know that I got an honorary doctorate from DY Patil University.
Yes,
so I'm an alumnus in some way. Yes. So I know the institute very well, including and DY Patil Sahib. And you can provide tremendous backup for these youngsters. They need that help initially. Later on.
Thank you, sir, for the appreciation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so now we are almost coming to an end. We have a very hard stop at 7:30 p.m. And Honorable Minister is almost there for his dinner party. Therefore, so the last question of this panel goes to you, is that, if you would like to pick two most relevant problems for Kolhapur area, what would be the two, so that we all can focus our energy to look for those solutions first?
As a city, I feel the problems are many. Probably the waste management, we are quite ahead in it. But probably the drinking water is a major issue, because Mashelkar sir, as we is challenge future. And the rural Kolhapur, if we take the agriculture market, I think the innovation is needed for the agriculture products. As we see now, many issues regarding farmers have come up. So I think two sectors I would like to suggest from my side. Probably Balkode Madam can suggest perspective also.
Thank you. That is very important pointer.
Yeah, you ask Balkode Madam to identify the problems also, as Minister has said.
Sir, in addition, like sir has suggested, sanitation is one area of concern, sir. Other than that, water reuse, sir. Wastewater reuse is another priority issue for us.
Yes.
And also public transport, sir.
Okay, that's very, very interesting. That's very, very interesting. I sincerely hope so. I am now coming to an end, and I should first thank all our guests, Honorable Minister Satesh Patil ji, Dr. Mashelkar, Dr. Kadambari, and young MLA, Mr. Ruturaj Patil, for taking your time for this event. You know, I do understand that you all have very big stature, but the fact that you decided to devote 1 hour of your very busy life for this event clearly demonstrates your dedication for the cause. And I'm sure that all the youngsters listening, they appreciate that, and they will, do the right thing. And to everybody who is listening or who will eventually be applying to this program, this is my appeal as a teacher to all of you, that you do not get an opportunity easily to serve the country. This is an opportunity being handed out to you on a platter. So please rise to the occasion, do your part, and if you do it right, if your intervention can change the lives of citizens of Kolhapur, that will be celebrated, and I can guarantee that that will create a ripple effect throughout the nation. Many other municipalities and other city administrations will collaborate with other organizations, and you will see this wave will become the norm in India. And let that be the case. Let us work towards a very bright future of the citizens of Kolhapur, Maharashtra, and the rest of the country. With that, I will say myself that I am extremely inspired and excited today. It doesn't happen very easily for a seasoned professor, but yes, today I am. Yes, Dr. Mashelkar, you wanted to say something.
I just wanted to say, I defined innovation as doing things differently.
Yes.
Today you saw the innovation in the way the meeting is attended. Huh?
Yes.
The Honorable Minister is in a car.
Thank you.
Because the digital India allows you to do anytime, anywhere, for anyone, right? So this is the opportunity for young people. I mean, when I was growing up, we did not have digital India. I remember to get a phone, it used to take 6 years, basically. So to the young people, my appeal is that it has become so easy for you. All that you need is a laptop. Up there is the cloud and storage, and you have open source software, so you don't require money. Only thing that you need is ideas. That's all. Idea is the capital now. Previously, if you were poor, you couldn't do anything because you did not have capital. Idea is new capital. Everything else is free. And particularly with what Kolhapur is going to offer, the Honorable Minister sort of mentioned, is phenomenal, because that initial money is the one that you actually sort of require to convert an idea into product. So it's a fantastic future ahead of us.
Yes.
The only thing I repeat, the I in India, as I say, has to stand for innovation, not for inhibition, not for imitation.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Not for imitation is the key word. That is something that I would like to echo and amplify. That, we are India, we are a unique country, we have our unique problems. We will not get there by imitating any other solution. Our solution have to be our very own. And I would reiterate that you, the applicants, those who are listening to it, you come up with a problem worth solving. if that is vetted by Dr. Kadambari that yes, this is a problem that I would like to get solved, I can guarantee that with help of Mr. Ruturaj Patil and the academic might of DY Patil group and of IIT Kanpur, we will provide every single facilitations to make sure that your idea is actually converted into a product. If you go to the website of our incubator, we call it an ecosystem where ideas are converted into products, and I mean it. So with that, I would like to thank all my guests again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the encouraging words, and with the expectation of full cooperation, help from all of you, I would like to take leave of all of you and our audience, and towards a better future for Kolhapur. Thank you all.
Thank you.